From deep behind the enemy lines of FEMA Region 3, you're listening to the Powder Monkey Podcast on PirateInfoWars.com.
Episode 50 of the Powder Monkey Podcast. I wanted to do something special, but honestly, it's just really not a special time right now. It's I guess if you're evil, if you're demonic, if you're behind killing babies, I guess it is a special time. But because now it's time to burn and pillage and loot and all the things that the leftists are allowed to do when leftists are big mad. So I don't really have anything super special, because how many people just bang these out every day, and my hat's off to them, more than once a day. So, but with me is the quartermaster of the Powder Monkey, Quartermaster J, a.k.a. John A. Williamson.
The man, the myth, and the legend.
A.k.a. Johan Vander Wilhelmsen of the...
Von Wilhelmsens.
Von Wilhelmsens. So, welcome aboard. It's been a minute, hadn't it? It's been a little bit.
Been a while. I ain't got my sea legs back yet.
Yeah.
I'm a little nauseous.
You've been on a journey. I've been on a journey.
Yeah.
But that journey always ends off back at home.
It's the black hole, once they say, once you go southern West Virginia and you don't go back.
So...
Well, no, wait a minute. You always go back.
No,
that's what.
If there's banjos, you don't come back.
Right? Yeah. Well, don't go down on New River Lake.
So, yeah. I mean, it just who would have thought when we started? Way back on episode 1. Of course, I did a few. Of the previous NeoCrusader.com podcast, which preceded it. If you get a chance, NeoCrusader.com, check it out.
I believe I was in on one of the.
You were on quite a few of those. I'm going to do a greatest hits at some point.
Right.
But the Obama phone, man. The Obama phone was good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But anyway. That's
always a good time to be on the Powder Monkey.
Wait for
no
the clip, folks. That's when you want to wait for. But who would have thought that from the point where you came back in and you sat in and we started everything started moving. We went to Richmond.
That was fun.
That was fun. You were the.
I was the captain of the Jolly Roger on that trip. Yes, sir. I was captain. I was captain that time.
So, but who would have thought that it really would have just snowballed and escalated to the point where we've gotten. I mean, did you see this coming? Did you see it coming? I read about it.
I heard something about it. I don't remember, but I don't listen to rumor anyway,
But here we are, and there were some things. When we talked today, there were some things that you wanted to get off your chest. This episode's dedicated to my daughter.
Love you, baby girl.
This is May 5th, so and she is officially 18, free at last. Free at last.
Now she gets to have the pleasure of paying her own bills.
Happy Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo, yes.
But
happy birthday.
So, we talk about your journey. Talk about where you've been, where you're going, what you see, the path ahead.
Okay, you're just going to let me riff, huh?
Yeah, right, go for it.
All right. Well, look,
you had a riff that I haven't had a chance to watch last night, and I highly recommend. I'm sure without watching it that everybody should set in on the 11 minutes.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, I don't cuss or anything like that. It's clean, and I'm telling the truth as I see it. I don't hold any apologies for whatever the hell I do. I stand behind everything I do.
Okay. Well, and that's the thing. That's the thing about some of these, some of the, I understand everybody, the bond and everybody, doing their own thing to do, but everything that I say, that I put forward, is all on PirateInfoWars.com, and it's all about getting that 1776 worldwide, spirit out to everybody.
Yeah.
And
I'm glad where you're taking the ship, Captain,
and like I got the chance to meet Alex. And like I told
Mike, his hand.
Yeah, it was great.
You actually got to talk with him.
I
shook his hand. So, hey, Alex.
Well, you were the cameraman, dude. You had you were.
I was up on him when he stepped out of the damn truck.
Look, you were the most important. You were. And he even thought to bring talk about the technology that we had.
In
Richmond.
Okay, cool. This is a great topic.
It's fantastic.
We can just run with this right here. Like Sean was saying, I called him and I said, "Hey, man," I said, "Do you want to go to Richmond on the 20th?"
Stop for a second. Now listen. This video is going to be hosted for as long as I can pay for it with Imperial credits. As long when they become no good, then there's a problem. But anyway, this is not a paid promotion, but fantastic. Okay, so, go ahead.
Anyway, now after you've heard from our sponsors,
not sponsors.
Well,
they do
want
not
to be sponsors.
They don't want to be sponsors,
right? We want them to be though.
At some point, Alex is going to be like, "I don't know them." It's going to be like a Dan Badandi type thing, okay. I think. Look,
okay.
I don't know John Williamson.
Right.
I don't know why he was standing out there with that sign and no pants on.
Look, man, can I get back to
this? Go ahead. It's a good story. It's a good story.
So, anyway, damn you. So, anyway, I say, hey, you want to go down for January 20th? They're having a freedom rally down there, It's a Second Amendment rally. I said, man, I really want to go. And the first person, well, it was a race between him and Liam, but like both of you, it was the same day. Hey, man, you guys want to go? And I said, I'll pay for the gas. Let's go down there, man, and we'll head out early, and that way we can be there early in the morning, and we'll just sleep wherever the hell we sleep that night, and we got the car. And damn, next thing I know, we're loading up with gas and hauling ass.
That's it.
And we booked down there, and we got there. It was after dark when we got there, and we had this whole ordeal with paying for parking, even though there was no one around. And anyhow, so we finally find a place to dock Jolly Roger.
Arr.
And so we immediately grab our bags, we're all carrying, water and milk, because we didn't know. This one, by the way, protested about me bringing milk. I made him buy a thing of milk. I made you buy it.
Pussies.
I know, but hey, you know what? It might be.
If I ever go on the show Hot Ones, okay. That's going to be the last one. That's going to be my final dab. Chemical mace. Okay. I ain't playing. Go ahead. Go on with your story.
Man, that sounds like some really hot chicken wings.
I ain't playing.
So
all
anyway,
natural pepper mace or something.
Yeah, some
no chemical mace.
Bear mace. Yeah. Skunk piss.
Yeah, organic.
Whoa, man,
organic.
Put it in a pump up bottle. And,
Okay. Anyway,
woo!
why are you getting off track?
Because you take me that way. Anyway, we finally get us a place to land, and we don our backpacks, and we're walking up the road, and it's really cold too, isn't it? It was a cold night when we got there.
It was pretty damn chilly. Yes.
Yeah, down in the 40s, 30s maybe.
I had on my thermals, and then I had on my let me see here. I had on my thermals, and then I had on my Citizen Press InfoWars T-shirt,
mm-hmm.
and then I had my shell, my big Arctic jacket, and
mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, it was cold.
It was cold. It was a wee bit nippy.
We've made that abundantly
as
clear.
we say in the Pirate InfoWars business, a wee bit nippy. That's
or like what Liam says,
term.
a wee bit nipply, but whatever.
That's a different website, and you'll need a credit card.
Anyway, look, let me get back to the
Get back to it.
So we walking, and we're just surveying the area because the streets are fucking empty. I mean, there's nobody on the streets but just some cars passing by, maybe one or two people. Now, this is Richmond, Virginia.
Yeah.
And I realized that it's cold, but man, right up there by the VA, why wasn't there people walking around more than we seen that night,
Here's what got me. When we got up, around the capital areas, we were just kind of walking around the area, just how dystopic it was that really the only things that were moving on the street were, it was you, me, and Liam.
Yeah, and they started putting fences
and
up then. They hadn't had them all done.
You get to the point where you walk into the barricades, and there's police cars parked every.
Well, that was the next day, but I'm talking about.
No, that was when we got there. You remember?
Yeah, there was. That's right.
There was on point every.
Yep.
And so, yeah.
And we got swarmed by the cops twice. Remember, they went past us, and then they went and they ditched, and they turned around, and they came back, and they had a camera as they went by. They filmed me, you, and Liam walking down.
Well, I wonder why.
Well, hell, I'm on the FBI's. They seen that shit while we were down there, because that brings me to something else. Maybe just a bit of warning, when you're involved in something like that, just be on your toes, because they're looking for reasons to... especially if you speak out.
I don't think in America that
they did it.
I don't think in America the government would look for something to.
Yeah. Sure. Okay.
Instigate a riot,
or
accuse American citizens of, but
they
anyway,
would never do anything like that.
Now I do want to say something that I, right after that. Leo Zagami was and Christy were kind enough to invite me on and kind of talk about the whole experience. And I do want to just reiterate to anybody watching that, never before had I seen so many liberals for strong borders and security at those borders.
Right.
Every liberal
there was people,
within those borders
there were people,
for border control that day.
There was people on the rooftops with reach out and touch me's too. And there was drones and there was helicopters but you know what? Every officer on the street was very polite and kind.
I bet they drew straws for which one was going to pop you. I bet they were like.
I bet they had a bet on me.
I bet they were like, Papa Smurf is mine. Mine.
It was probably
just because of that. Just because of that beard. Pop.
Pow. Look, right. He looked shady, right?
Overwatch. So okay. Anyway.
So anyway, and then we go back to the car and we end up crashing, and it was really weird because remember the ambulance pulled up beside us. We were asleep in the car. The damn ambulance pulled up beside us. I'm laying over in the passenger seat and I hear. And I'm like, what the fuck? You're like,
here's what gets me, and I
pulled
would,
up here.
Yeah,
which thank you. It was welfare check.
I understand that. I get that, and
I appreciate it.
But I would have been a little bit perturbed if they would have gotten on to us for sleeping in a parking spot that we paid for
twice.
That was awesome.
Yeah,
but
for you.
But I told you not to hand the dude money.
Not so much for my wallet.
He wasn't even wearing shoes, man.
Well, he said he worked for the parking authority.
Hey,
I don't know these people down there. I don't know how
Anyway.
they dress.
Anyway, but I would have been a little perturbed if they would have, had a problem with us sleeping there.
Yeah.
But all the people sleeping on the grates everywhere, in tents and everything like that, that was cool. That is liberal.
Yes,
So.
it's very liberal.
But
So anyway, we went over the fact that we got there. It was at night and it was cold, and we got swarmed by the police. And we give them a description of what the hell the scene kind of looked like. So anyway, we sleep in the car. We wake up the next morning after the ambulance woke us up. Me and this fool,
awesome.
we take a walk over across the street to McDonald's and just leave Liam sleeping in the back seat. I'm not sure we locked the doors. But
actually, when we came back, somebody had put money on top of Liam with like a donut or something and some coffee. It was
poor fella.
It was sweet.
Yeah. So anyway, we go get breakfast, and then I'm watching these buses and shit because we're parked way far away from the Capitol. It's what 7-8 blocks, you'd say, from where we were at.
Take, yeah.
So anyway, it's a nice little hike, right? So anyway, we're walking along, and we're recording all of this, by the way. We have the full unedited raw footage of it. Some of it's not great because it's really hard to hear, but some of it's really great. But anyway, right here at the Powder Monkey, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Captain's log.
So anyway, we got footage of it, and there's a lot of good times in there. But one of the biggest things during that event was that Alex Jōnz was there, and that was cool, man. I was really glad to be there.
I was up close.
I shook the man's hand when he jumped out the damn truck.
I'm going to say something.
Here we go with the disclaimer, Alex. Sorry.
I think that was Bill Hicks. I'm pretty sure, and I'm working on. I think it was Bill Hicks. Okay, that's all I'm going to say.
All right. So that's what you're working with. Okay. That's good.
Going ahead.
So anyway, but
I've never met Bill Hicks, but
I've never seen him and Alex Jōnz together in the same room. So who knows? But anyway,
I mean, it's possible that Alex Jōnz.
Listen.
Here's all I'm saying. Okay, Bill Hicks may not be Alex Jōnz, but it's possible that Alex Jōnz may be Bill Hicks. So go ahead. Go on ahead.
Anyway, not only that though, Sean, for the captain of the ship, he's thinking ahead for content for Powder Monkey, and he secures an interview with a very interesting human being. We've talked about him a couple of times. You remember Chris? Yeah, from Georgia.
Oh, Chris Hill.
Chris Hill, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so, Sean got a really good interview with him, plus others, too.
And so, so let's put a little tack in the Chris Hill thing. And we're going to circle back around to that. Okay?
All right, Jan.
Okay, so let's go ahead and go on ahead and continue your story.
So anyway, he gets this good interview, but there's this one interview that is the best of all times. As we're done with the interview with Chris, there's this politician, and he's walking up the road, and he was running for election, and people were heckling him coming up through there, and I made mention. I said, well, they said, oh, look at him walking up here with security guards. And I said, well, at least he's walking. He's out doing it. And when I did that, man, he turned and he come back to me. And he wanted to know who I was.
No, that was not a politician.
No, who was that?
He
ATF?
No, the black dude you're talking about.
Yeah.
He was not a politician.
Who was that?
Fuck.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Profanity is ignorance made audible.
Audible. When
And
you did it
I do apologize.
times.
F-bombed it. I'm sorry.
Me too. Sorry.
But yeah, and that's something we're going to try to change as well.
Right.
No. You dropped it on me, and I'm not thinking of Don Lemon, but that's all I can think of. But he's a major,
he was like
journalist.
So he was a journalist.
Yes, dude. That's why he had the camera.
The dude had the camera. I was pointing the camera back at him, and I was like, I got you on camera.
Somewhere there is footage that they're going to play after they have come for you. Okay.
Okay.
I need you
all
to.
right.
I thought you knew this already.
Papa Smurf strikes again is all I can say.
No, I'm gonna put that in the description. I apologize, but I just listen. I don't know the names of people who shovel manure, and I don't know people who I mean, I should. I mean, I do. It's on the tip of my tongue.
Hell, I've done it. So one person.
Oh God. We're going to have to Google this, but anyway, I'm going to put it in the description. But anyway, yes, and so.
But you remember, I was holding the camera on him, and the guy and I was like, "I'm
yeah,
filming you."
But
too.
let's talk about that technology because that's what I wanted to get into. Because even Rob Dew commented on your technology. Okay.
VHS.
But go on ahead and talk about your technology there.
We had
there was a plan. There was a plan.
We had cell phones. We were Facebook Living. We were carrying cameras, our phones, and recording, just raw recording. And then we had the good old school VHS camcorder. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, Liam didn't do so good on focusing on some of the subjects that it would have made the trip a whole lot more interesting.
Well,
but it was low, bro, and we were just doing it. I mean, it wasn't trying to be a production. We were we were living it.
Well, here's what we are. We've never claimed to be journalists. We're not journalists. We're citizen journalists.
Yes.
We're not trained in this. I disagree with trained journalists who make statements with things like "do your own research" is dangerous. I guess it is because it's
you'll find out what they're doing.
It's dangerous to your socialist media score. Your videos get yanked when you have accredited doctors on.
Well, we got Elon Musk now, so he's going to save everybody.
But maybe we'll put a pin in that because that happened as well on the Powder Monkey podcast. You can't watch it on YouTube, but you can. It lives forever, or until I don't pay the bill long enough on Pirate.
And it'll last forever. Just somebody else will own the rights to it.
That's not a request for money. We would rather you give your money to. Hold on. We'll pull that back up here in just a second. It's time for another commercial. So
brought to you by
highly recommend
the most delicious coffee in America.
That was fantastic. You do have the perfect face for radio, by the way.
Thank you.
I mean, you're not doing.
You're
not doing so well on the video, but
Hey, I'm trying to do the ZZ Top thing.
Somebody loves you, John.
You sooner or later you'll hear me go how. See, happened.
You're more like Panama Whack. Yeah. So, Panama Whack. Yeah. That's your code name. Panama Whack.
That's my DJ name. Panama Whack.
Operation Panama Whack. Okay.
So anyway, we go down there and we literally didn't know what to expect, did we? I mean, it wasn't, I wouldn't say necessarily fear, but a great anticipation of what might be.
But the greatest thing about that trip, to me, wasn't the greatest point of that whole trip. It wasn't the point where we got to meet Alex and we got to be in that whole that little live segment there on on InfoWars in the War Room, but
right when you were talking with Alex, I was talking to Rob.
Yeah, exactly. So and that's awesome, dude. I mean, but
yes, it was, but you know what? That wasn't what
it's
about, right?
Yeah,
exactly.
It's that people see that, our friends see that. It gets out there, and then it lit a fire in a few, other people out there that decided, hey, this is worth. I have to talk about this. I have to speak about this because they're literally erasing speech,
mm-hmm.
and that's a dangerous point in history.
And well, that's what's ironic is that we were down there for January 20th, pandemic time, and how all that went, and that mass crowds.
Well, I mean, but the thing, hold on, I didn't get to finish
sorry.
it. Sorry,
Sorry.
But the greatest thing about it was, though, it wasn't the whole Alex thing. It was that, we went down there. What did we carry to a Second Amendment rally? We carried.
I have to be honest, I had a firearm with me, but it was in the trunk of my car.
I had the sword of the word. Well, you didn't carry it with you during the rally or anything.
No, because we went to the Capitol, remember?
Okay,
and you weren't getting through the Capitol with the pistol on your side. Ain't happening.
No. Well, I mean, but we weren't trying. It wasn't about that.
Right. No, we weren't auditing the Constitution. We were watching it happen, though. See, that's what's special about, to me, is to see that mass of people that were come together. And, dude, everyone was kind and polite, and there was an air of safety and a lot of guns.
Do you remember the gentleman that had come? I forget where it was from, but he'd come all the way across country to be there.
Yeah.
And he said the same thing. All I'm carrying is the sword of the word.
Yeah.
Out of a sea of how many thousands of people that day? You think?
Man,
100,000 people.
Man, that's a conservative estimate.
I've heard people say 40,000. There was a crowd of more than 40,000 people in that street.
When you have people packed in as tight as we were packed in for 3 city blocks, and then all of the other people over on the other side. You remember when we sang the national anthem? Oh, that was glorious.
That was fantastic. I only caught now with Captain's Log. The stand at Richmond is the name of that particular.
I have the footage of us doing it.
The point. That's where basically we kind of cut in with it, and where it got real for me, because we just kind of turned a corner, and there was a sea of patriots singing.
Patriots and toilets. Remember, they had a whole row of porta-johns that provided by the city of Richmond.
Well, that was fantastic.
Great place to get raped. Not that I would know. I wasn't there that long, but
I don't even know anything.
Well,
is it the toilet that brings up that memory?
No, it's just.
Okay, let's move on past that.
Yes, we don't need to go there. However, though, that feeling, though, when and everybody did it. I mean, everybody around me. There wasn't not one person that I could see that was not singing that.
Oh yeah, it was everywhere.
And it was right downtown, and it was echoing off of them buildings. You hear 100,000 voices in unison singing the national anthem. If that don't touch you, ain't American.
And the strangest part, and I would love to interview this guy. If anybody knows him, if anybody would watch the video, and if they been like, hey, that's so and so, because I tried to catch him later on, and go back. And I didn't get his info there, didn't get his name, but he was just this dude. And as Alex is walking around and people are asking him, there's a whole sea of people following him. There's this guy just with the guitar, just singing Amazing Grace.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. There's Alex Jōnz, probably once in a lifetime type thing where, I probably should be, but you know what? That just hit me, and I had to turn around and capture that point, Yeah. And then that guy just kind of started, he was in and out of the footage there for a little bit, but just the running in the stickers when when you first saw the armored the tank come around the corner.
Oh
there,
yeah.
And the bullhorns are blasting.
Oh man, I missed. I was running right beside the truck, and I didn't have the damn camera on, dude. I thought I was recording, and I was just running, following him. And when I realized that I wasn't recording, I just caught him going around the corner in a JFK shot. With the camera.
It was Super 8 footage anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah, you had to crank it to watch it. It's one of those things that you pull it's a slide at a time.
Yeah.
If you do it really fast, it looks like a movie.
Yeah, that's.
You gotta keep one eye closed though, or you'll pass out.
That's how. Yep.
So anyway, yeah, back to the whole Virginia thing. That the feeling was where you were trying to go with this.
I mean, it was a surreal. All of that just kind of weaving in together. It was surreal. I mean,
the whole trip was surreal for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it was. I mean, it was just a magnificent show of support.
Peaceful support.
Yeah,
There was only one person got arrested, and that was because she wouldn't take her mask off. Wait a minute, hold on a second.
Which, by the way, is weird because...
It is, isn't it?
Because that was just about the time everybody in West Virginia started getting sick.
Super spreader cell.
But yeah, no, well, I mean...
I'm still here.
Yeah.
And I'm 100% the way I was.
Well, not to talk about that.
We'll go there later.
Well, yeah, and there's certain things I guess we can't talk about.
Right.
Since we're trying to,
I got you,
stay on YouTube and everything.
I don't give a damn about
I don't either.
Wait a minute. Is it I don't give a damn? IDGAD, right? I don't give a damn.
Look, man.
A darn? How about a darn? I don't give a darn. That's the name of the show, y'all. I don't give a darn.
Okay, awesome. But it's just it was just a magnificent time. Just everybody together, the peace. It was what the the first DC trip, which was something else that I kind of went up with Stephen Barrett, another brother of ours.
Yeah.
Who
I missed out on that one. I would have liked to have went.
Yeah, that was a good trip, but. It's just those type of things, are starting to, they've been tainted because of the false flags.
The J6. Let's just go ahead and say it. J6.
Yeah, I mean, it's in the where we're at. That's some of the things I want to talk about. I did put a pin in the Chris Hill thing. I want to go back and talk about because it all goes back. The January 6th, the just all the things that the left has done to sort of smear the name of people who just say, hey, look, I served, I'm a patriot, I swore to defend the Constitution, and
and I'm an American, and this is my right.
And
I'm standing up for it.
They've been smeared. They've been smeared.
Yeah, well, they're bad guys. So, they're domestic terrorists. So see, that's kind of jacked up, right?
But well, going back to the whole Chris Hill thing. Now, you've been on interviews with Chris. You met him face to face. You met the guys around him. It's how I got onto the whole Chris Hill thing was. Just a segment where PBS had tried to tie the Chris and the 3%ers somehow to InfoWars, and I've got links that I can provide for all that, but not to go down that whole rabbit hole. But that's just another, and this is PBS. This was
right, public broadcast.
So.
Common knowledge, in other words.
That
except for people who don't watch
even at that point, to point out how radical. Now, all these things that were wild conspiracy theorists then, Alex Jones was right. So
sure was.
Okay.
And continues to be right. I'm not saying he's perfect or anything like that, and I'm not sycophantic over the man, but I believe he's a truth teller. I believe he's really truly fighting hard. I believe it. I mean, I can see it. I mean, he's aged more than the president in the last 5 years. I mean, look at everything. Look at him.
Aged more than the president.
Well, normally
do you mean the fake president?
No, any president. Normally, the first 4 years, dude, they go to gray and haggard looking, especially if it's wartime, and
Well, it is wartime.
He didn't have that. Well, he didn't have that. You see what I'm saying?
It's just that it's already. We're to the point where it's hitting the mainstream news that there's going to be massive food shortages. Man, places burning down, dude. I mean, in 6 months, man, 14. That's a lot. Go back and see how far back we've talked about these things, and all the things that we've talked about that have now, sort of come to pass. you know, the things that Alex Jones couldn't talk about. And so, you know, that when I got to meet the man in Richmond, it was, I didn't want to thank him for it, but I just did want to say, and all I wanted to do was just a plug, just a real quick, hey, free Alex Jones. When you got banned, that was the when a bunch of tech corporations got together on a Sunday evening to talk about banning and deplatforming one man, to the point where people who normally wouldn't yell at somebody free Alex Jones at a gas station wearing a InfoWars in your face t-shirt that you probably at this point can't buy at InfoWars. Can't say that on YouTube, can I?
Oh,
you know, that's what, you know, I don't know that this is ever going to make it to the YouTube. Okay. I don't think
it might be an in-house collection.
I might pop off. You might be watching this only exclusively, and I'm not mad at the crew. Okay, I'm not mad. It's not the crew. It's Sundar Pichai. I'm not going there.
No, please don't.
Okay.
Center.
Push that back in.
Yes. Okay.
So
anyway, we pretty well talked out the January 20th, and I know you put a pin in Chris Hill.
Well, all I wanted to say, we had a great interview. Chris came on the show. John got drunk.
I was there both times. Yeah,
most of both times. John got drunk, and I don't know what happened, but he kind of dropped off. And
Chris thought I was mad at him. I didn't mean it that way. I was just done.
Yeah, John dropped off. He jumped ship, swam ashore.
Hey, we were out of rum.
Chris fired off the cannons at the end of the show. It was fantastic. It was a very explosive podcast. So, but you know, it all gets to the point though that, you know, everything I have to say is on one platform. I don't have to go anywhere else, behind anywhere. There's places I've gone, apps I've downloaded. You know, there's nothing secure, folks. Nothing is
true that
secure. Now, I hear about this triple encryption stuff. Maybe I'm not. Hey,
what is that?
Do I look like Bill Gates?
Vazio, right? What is the?
I'm not wearing a pink shirt, am I?
No, but I'll just refrain from commenting because we are trying to keep this PG. So
yeah, but you know, it's just the fact that you know, we're at a point in history where the whole system is, the whole machine, this whole right on time paradigm, where you know, your produce arrives right as it's at its peak, so that people can pick it. You know, hopefully that's it. But when the shipping goes down, we kind of see what we're picking through now. And then at some point, there's going to be like, you just stand in
trees, people.
You stand in a line, and they just kind of hand you, you know, a piece of bread or something, and that's what.
Oh, you mean a bread line?
If you have the new digital ID that's going to be, you know,
don't have mine.
Not usable at InfoWarsStore.com. I'll guarantee that.
Get no Patriot points for that, boys.
No, we don't want your damn Mark of the Beast system. Do you hear me, Bill Gates? I'm sorry. 060606. Go ahead, dude.
You warned me this might happen.
I'm sorry. It's been a while. I've got a lot to let out.
Well, hey, man, it's the silver anniversary. And speaking of silver, what's all this shit right here? I thought you bit down in a paint bucket or something.
Look at me. I'm angry. I've had enough of these people. They're a bunch of Christian murdering scums. I ain't even getting into it.
Oh, my gosh.
Okay. But no, it has been 50 episodes.
The Powder Monkey
It has been a wild ride. A lot of it has sucked. I'm not going to say it hasn't, but there have been some really good guests. Mark Allen, Dave Gobbets. I mean, just so many people. And, you know, Joe Biggs.
Right, yeah.
You know.
Had the big man on the show.
Free Joe Biggs.
Right, and Leo.
And, yeah, I mean, absolutely the man multiple times, Leo Zagami.
Right.
you know, and has he not called everything? If you've been watching.
Well, what I could understand, he's got a pretty thick Italian accent, but I love it. Sometimes I have to go back and listen to it again and see what he said. It's not his problem, it's mine.
Hey, I'm Italian.
You go, Leo! The lion! Roar!
You know, he has, and that man, you know, what we see, you know, there's a lot behind the scenes, you know, just to hear him talk about, you know, and Christy talk about how, you know, they, you know, Leo, they just came in and basically kicked the doors in and dragged Leo off to jail. And I mean, oh yeah, dude, there's so much in the books, you know. I mean, I wish
that was in Italy.
I wish
that was in Italy.
Well, it was in that was
in San Francisco or no?
Not in the U.S. Stop throwing out fake news.
Fake news.
I don't even know, but it was not. I don't think it was in Italy. He did have to leave Italy. But I think I'm sorry, but yeah, I'm sucking on the factoid. It's only my podcast. So, but I don't have a Jamie. I'm sorry. I barely have a John. Okay.
Hey, this is teleprompter free as it gets.
This
literally.
is as good as my fact checking gets right here. Okay. That and the things that you know, Facebook and Twitter and YouTube won't allow me to present to you,
right?
Because they think we might, you know,
we peddle disinformation
anyway
for a living.
I don't know what that was. In the background, you can probably hear, just real quick, you can probably hear some.
Peak.
No, you're not leaving this show.
Well, I'm just right there.
I mean, dude,
okay.
when you're going to have to start wearing the Depends. That's another thing that we're going to talk about.
No, I was just going to look out the damn door,
I wish I had time to do a best of compilation. The time of John standing up and walking out on the podcast because he's got to pee. Okay,
I'm not doing that this time. I wanted to, that noise kind of disturbed me. I wanted to see what it was. I ain't scared either, but I'd like to know if there's a bear coming in. Could be. Sorry, it's West Virginia.
You're making okay. Look, listen. Okay,
I know you're not mad at the crew.
No, listen. No, you're worried about a bear. Okay, they're burning cities down because they're leaking. They're leaking Supreme Court drafts. I'm not going to growl. I'm not going to say anything, but it ain't the bear, brother. Okay, that ain't the bear. You know, okay? It ain't the bear CNN's throwing at you. You know, it's all of it. Oh, and we didn't turn our ringer off either. This is
from South Carolina. Sorry.
This is why this episode is not so special.
Hey, it's the silver anniversary. Sorry, I don't know who that person was.
Anyway.
It was probably the NSA going, are we getting a really good recording of that? Because that's some gold right there.
Timestamp right there.
That's some comedy right there, boys and girls.
So, yeah, this is kind of degraded, but hey.
Well,
if we had a producer, he would probably, or she would probably be walking out at this point. But we don't have a producer, so this is as good as it gets. You know, I see
you're stuck with us.
Look, I don't know if you watched it last night, but a shout out to the Liberty broadcast. They had Tom the Man Pappert on last night. It was good. And, you know, they were apparently having some kind of catastrophic failure, and drones, you know, was in the background, I guess, having problems and stuff. Couldn't tell. We suck from the get-go. That's why we don't have to worry about quality, okay? It's good. If you're in Wyoming County, you think you're watching something like CNN right now.
Man, there you go with all that racial stuff. Why you got to go ahead and talk about
Wyoming
Webster
County.
Wyoming County.
Wyoming County is not a race.
How about Logan?
You didn't make it through West Virginia.
I've been down around in them areas.
History or anything like that, did
No, but I've been down in them areas.
Dude, you were like 19 in middle school when you took that class, too.
Easy, dude.
Known that, dude.
I was 19 in high school.
You were at 19 in high school.
I was.
No, I'm just faking.
I was 20 when I graduated. Hey, nobody said I'd do it, and I did it, so.
What, buy the beer that evening?
Well, couldn't help it that we had a party on the hill.
Anyway, but we've had some good times, and you know what? If this ship is sinking, we are going to go down with it. The last few months have kind of sucked, and we've kind of slacked off, and
Yep.
I dropped anchor and raised sails, and just kind of actually just at one point I just pulled the sails up and pulled the anchor up, and just kind of let her drift.
Yep.
And so, but we're here, and we're going to, the whole time, though, the one thing that was flying was the Jolly Roger Stone. And so, that's that is our standard that we fly.
Absolutely.
No retreat, no surrender, no quarter.
No quarters given.
Yep.
9.
And that's why we say it all here. And so, you know what? Ultimately, my faith is in God. It's not in Alex Jones. And people could say, "Oh, he's dropped the F-bomb and blah 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 blah." You know what? I'm not here to preach to you.
Right.
I'm here to tell you
that
there are monsters coming, and that one greater, than us came, many greater than us came. And so listen to them, okay? But there's going to be a point too. Actually, there has been a point where preachers have literally been put on their knees on public thoroughways.
In the wintertime, face down in the snow-covered road while they arrested him because he had dared to have church.
Yeah, so the hour is late. Okay, like I said, it's too late. We're not going back.
No,
from this.
No, we're not. This is the precipice.
Unless the Lord moves. I mean, it can happen, but I think it's beyond the control of mankind at this point.
That's our only hope, is that he does move.
So,
and that he does.
But you know what? Until that point,
gotta go.
There's only so much that I can do. I'm not fit to shovel dog crap out of people who the Holy Spirit comes out of their mouth. But what I do know is what I'm moved to say about what I see.
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm moved to say about what I will not, under any circumstance, tolerate. And so I get to a point where I see the system, just like I mentioned the Supreme Court earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Just like I see, when they have polling places where the people inside are locking the doors, shutting the places down, and then blinding the windows. I have issues with that. I have issues when counts all across the country don't work. I have issues when American citizens who don't like the things that are being told to their children, when they actually take a moment to go to these parent, to these PTA meetings and these board meetings, and actually have a voice, they're treated as domestic terrorists, and we've joked a whole lot. And
even called that. I mean, directly called that, accusationally called that.
We have joked a whole lot about being watched, and hey, I have no illusions that of the time that I live in. I'll just say that. But we aren't. Dave Gobbets, okay, trained by the American government. I asked him point blank, "Am I a terrorist? Are people like me terrorists?" Okay, so we're not using.
What was his answer?
No, we're not. He emphatically, check it out. It was an episode. Check it out.
Okay.
So it's we are not afraid, and we don't care. CAIR. Okay, so check out some of these podcasts, because altogether, while the things that we do aren't so special, the message, the spirit, this whole country that we were brought up in, that we were born in, that was given to us by birth,
Mm-hmm.
is being stolen out from under us. You are being starved out and choked out. How much is your gasoline right now? How much is your food if you can find it? How much is your baby formula? Are you looking for it on the black market yet?
Right. And, you know, with that comes the knocking on doors, asking people, and then they kick the doors in, and then they take, and, you know, we have a breakdown of society.
You own nothing, and you will like it.
And you'll be happy.
We have a very important event coming up, May the 22nd through the 28th. I don't really want to get into it. Look it up. Go to InfoWars.com and check it out. You know, we're about to lose chunks of sovereignty.
Oh, yeah.
To unelected governments, world governments.
And it's the who and not the cool who either.
Who are you?
Who are they?
They are them.
They are them. And they're telling you what the hell you're going to do.
And they are
like
being
it
told,
or not.
And they are being told by the great red dragon.
Yes. And that's why this Supreme Court thing where they quote overturned Roe v. Wade, and it was all based on a lie to begin with. And then
look,
what did it do? It did away with autonomy.
Look, if I think at some point we're going to start doing, and I'm not going to make promises, okay, but at some point we really should, you know, even if it's not like a fancy computer graphic, just have a ship, okay, a cardboard ship, and that'll be the country, and at some point we'll show exactly at what point of the ship, you know, at what point of this sinking
I love you
are we at, you know, but you know, farmers aren't going to be growing their food.
Well,
please go buy food. Please, if you have a rooftop, if you have a windowsill, if you have anything, grow what you can. If you have any spare money, I know that there's people that, you know, but while you can still go buy food, go do it. I know this sounds crazy, but, you know, well, I was going to say, but even the president said it, but that's crazy.
Biden. Biden. You call me Joe Biden. Yeah, I remember that. Let's go Biden. Brandon, I'm sorry. You know what? His wife said, quit calling him that. He believes it's his fucking name. But anyway, no, seriously, and you know what? You just segued right into one of the things that I really wanted to get off my chest. One of the things I talked about.
Things on your chest today.
Look, I mean, 14 food processing plants in 1 month.
Nope, that's coincidence, John.
Oh, okay. Look,
that
all right.
Statistically can happen.
Okay, well
that is listen, YouTube, I'm doing this for YouTube. And so this is pre-scrubbed. That statistically can happen.
All right, whatever. Anyway,
but go ahead and talk about this. Something that can
14
statistically happen.
14 in 6 months. 14. Either explosion and fire, or two different ones that planes crashed into them. Was that a plane? Was there a pilot in those planes, or were they drones? Dun dun dun. Look, there's something fishy in Denmark.
Look,
there and we're looking at the farmers. They're getting hit twice as hard because they have to pay for the fuel and then the fertilizer, which is in short demand, so it's going to raise the prices, and the fuel prices are going all the way through, and there's going to be farmers who ain't going to be producing your bread for next winter. Think about that, people. That's why I'm with him. You need to start to grow your own food. This is vitally important because they're getting ready to take it away from you.
But more important,
they're doing it.
Exactly.
They're doing it.
More important, not just grow it, but community areas who grow it in communal areas.
As a matter
of fact,
not
being communist, but people who will kind of watch the place, make sure, because you don't want to put all that time and effort into something that is going to get stolen, vandalized.
Right.
You know, everybody has to understand. We have been so fractured. We have been so, you know.
Yeah, we need to come together.
It's
yes.
going to be. We're going to see. You know, and we have
I
been.
agree.
We have for so long been divided over black and white, but right now, everybody is about to see everyone's true colors.
Right.
This is, you are the American people, the world. If you're wherever you're watching this, you are about to be impacted at some point, or already are. And I would imagine if you already are, that you probably can't watch this on your fancy, slave-made phone. So anyway.
Wow, that just went really dark really quick.
Well, I mean, hey.
Well, I mean but there's the
Fact
thing.
check.
No, there's the thing.
It was
There's
cool.
the reality.
It was cool because Tim Cook. I'm not going there.
There's the reality, though. I mean, you know, like, I know you're joking and you're trying, and like you explained earlier, man, we've both been, you know,
gallows humor, bub.
Gallows
humor.
Everybody's been feeling some different kind of way under pressure, and you know, God bless us all.
Oh wait, do you hear that?
But
do you hear the music?
Folks,
we'll be right back.
Commercial.
We'll be right back after
meantime.
And you know, I do want to say something about this. Okay, now this isn't. Folks, I'm going to tell you what. Why this is an empty bag. Why is this an empty bag? Because
you done drank it all.
It's called Patriot Blend, but guess what? Everybody, regardless of where you are on the political spectrum, is a patriot when you smell this coffee. When you taste this coffee, if this was if this was blinded, if you couldn't tell what this was, you know, oh my God, how many liberal heads would explode if they knew they were drinking InfoWars?
All of them.
4 out of 5 liberals will agree. InfoWars, Wake Up America, Patriot Blend. This roast right here, baby. This roast right here. Now, you can get the chaga mushrooms if you want. All that great stuff. Whatever.
At InfoWarsStore.com.
Patriot Blend, baby.
Now.
Thoughts from the captain. So, okay. So, now.
Didn't know that one was coming.
Yeah. So, okay.
You ain't right, man.
We ain't cutting that one out.
No.
So, you know what? It's just, I'm not trying to win any podcast awards. Never going to happen. I just want the people who are meant to hear this to hear it, and then I want them to support InfoWars. Store.com.
See, like he's getting paid.
I'm not getting paid, I promise you.
Yeah, that's what he's telling me. He's getting my cut and ain't even telling me about it, the bastard.
They filed for bankruptcy, okay?
All right,
limited
yeah.
protection.
Yeah,
it's all going to come out.
I guess I'll have to done them right after the courts do.
No, do you know, okay, and on Powder Monkey Radio, let's just all throw it out there, because this is number 50, baby.
Right.
This is not so special that I'm going to talk about this, because I don't think I've ever said this, but, so, we have Powder Monkey Radio. I've talked about that, but we have Powder Monkey Radio, and at the time, it violated their terms of service with their paying sponsors. If I were to say, you know, if I were to play an InfoWars commercial, now I can do that on Powder Monkey Radio.
Right.
But before I couldn't do that. Before I had to say this episode or this segment is sponsored by InfoWarsStore.com.
Right.
You know. And which I'm really sorry. I'm going to cut some more of those.
We've sang it a lot.
And I'm talking to myself because I think I'm the only one that's heard the radio station. No, it's actually pretty fantastic. But
makes me seasick.
But that's why no sponsorship. They don't support. We sponsor them through playing clips, through playing
sharing what they have,
sharing their content, going where hopefully they'll be able to go again at some point. I have no idea how we haven't been banned on Twitter.
I've never been on Twitter. I do not have a Twitter account.
You don't do the Twitter, do you?
No, I don't tweet.
You
No.
don't twit.
I bark,
You don't
but I don't.
twat.
I don't twat.
You don't twip. You don't twap.
No, I don't do anything.
You don't twinge.
I don't do anything that Putty Tat does.
Okay, so but I do, and it's actually pretty cool. It's actually pretty fun. There's probably a reason God hasn't led you to Twitter, and that's for everybody else that's on it.
I hope entirely that is the truth.
So just listen to that call. But
no problem there.
But
Go Elon.
But I never topped. I've gotten never topped 300. Like I mean, it's like somebody there is like he can get to 299
and then no,
maybe 301. Pop, bam, 263. It's like
throttled even.
Yeah. And so...
Oh, well, another thing, too, since we're talking about such and so forth as that...
We're just spilling all the secrets.
Hey, listen.
Aren't you glad you watched this
Listen,
one?
Linda, listen. One of the things that I did on Facebook last night was that I did the
Do you
daily...
remember what you did on Facebook?
Yes, I do.
You recall that?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Like I wouldn't.
Well, I'm probably not going to watch it.
I don't care. You don't have to. It's fine. I don't care if anybody watches it. I produce it for me. I don't produce it for anybody else.
Good.
I feel like I have something to share, and I share it.
I get your stupid shit exclusively on this podcast. You
well,
can't go live.
Start paying me better. No, where's the rum?
We never talked about money.
Well, I'm the quartermaster. I got to allocate.
Of course,
the shit
you're
somewhere.
in service on this ship.
Right, but I got to allocate the money somewhere. That way you get your cut.
Jeez. Okay, dude. Anyway.
Yes. So, you started that. I didn't.
Anyway. Yeah.
I forgot what I was saying now because you plugged me up.
I do too. Should we end it? What time is it?
Let me see. 8:32. So we've been doing this for 1 hour and 54 seconds. So it's up to you, buddy. It's up to you.
You want to keep?
But I have one question. Since this is
were you going to go somewhere? I
want to go home and go to bed. Because I've been working, trying to get some stuff done before I hopefully get back to work.
And that absolutely has to come before the podcast.
Well, no, I'm still here.
No,
I'm still here. Look,
no,
I'm here. All right, go.
No,
Keep going. Keep going. Then let me finish what I was saying. If I can remember what the hell it was.
What were you going to say?
I have no freaking clue.
Dude, it's just look. It has been.
Oh, I remember what I was going to say.
Then say it. Say it right now.
Are we going to scuttle the boat when we leave tonight, Captain?
No, we're not scuttling.
No scuttling. Hey. All right, I'm going to have to tell Bobby down there. He's going to have to come up out the bottom. Head him down there with an axe. Thought you might want to chop a hole in the bottom up and put it in the bay.
50 episodes, and this is how good we've gotten right here.
Yes. Hey, just think what we're going to be in 50 more episodes.
Dude, do you think there's going to be time for 50 more episodes? I'm getting like one every month-ish in. Well, but they are quality.
We can start doing them more often. It don't bother me. We'll do it over Skype.
I don't want you to have to drink that much.
Not while you're trying to work anyway, right?
InfoWars store, Wake Up America, blend, Patriot Blend coffee. Of course, that's what I was talking about. But no, it's been a hell of a ride for the people who have shared. Just for all the people who have been out there doing it. For the people who aren't here anymore, for the people who won't be here in 50 more episodes,
Might be me.
Right.
Hopefully we don't do one a year, because that'd make me 102.
How old are you now?
Almost 52.
Are you sure?
I'm 100% sure I was born 1970. It's 2022.
I saw that damn birth certificate, and it had font that was not available. No, wait a minute, that was a different birth certificate. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I see.
No, my name ain't Obama.
This is
okay?
where
it's Williamson, John A. Williamson.
This is where I need fact checkers right here. So,
that's what I am.
Okay.
Shut the fuck up.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second. I dropped an F-bomb, so look. If we had a swear jar, I would put this in there, but since we don't, I'm just going to put it back in my pocket and apologize. No.
Go ahead. Support the InfoWars.
I ain't going to get to drink any of that coffee.
InfoWars.com.
Give me that. Let me see that. Wait a minute. Hold
No,
on a
you
second.
don't get it.
No, you can, I'll leave it in the back. Look, hey,
smell.
this.
Smell it. Seriously.
This is, seriously.
Smell that. Open. Put it up to the mic so they can smell that.
All jokes aside, smell that.
That's fantastic.
Smell that. That is, man, that is some good dark roast right there. I like it.
This has descended into chaos.
Made that dollar bill smell good too. See, I'm
I
gonna put it back in my pocket.
I don't know where that thing has been, and you put it in my face.
Well, I did come from Southern X about 2 days ago.
That's
hey,
what it was.
Wake Up America, Patriot Blend. Buy it. Do it now. I told you to.
4 out of 5 liberals agree.
Yes, what he said. Just buy the damn coffee, okay?
So, dude, let's cut it here.
I'm down.
Thank you for selling with me for so long, brother.
I hope we get to do
And
some
it
more.
hasn't been just on this ship. It's been through life.
Yeah.
This man is a brother.
Yes, sir.
And,
all day, every day.
May there be 50 million more.
As many as we can do. I don't know how many people we're going to get to watch. I think if we did about 500 of these, we might get 200 viewers. I'm not sure.
At a time or total?
Like all together.
That would be awesome. High five. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, one more time.
Hey, wait a minute. I quit.
Get it? Okay.
That one almost hit me now.
I know. I was aiming for it.
Oh, you bastard.
I'm a ninja.
Hey, guys. John A. Williamson. Out.
Keep her dry, boys.
Aye.
That's you. Purple shrines on our head. Phenobarbital makes us dead. To heaven's gate we will go. So climb aboard
For God, for country, for truth, for justice, for the Republic. You're listening to the Powder Monkey Podcast on PirateInfoWars.com.
The comet's coming, it's getting near. Our conscience numbing, we have no fear. I called my friends up and they're all here. We're putting in vodka, yeah. Was that you? I've been trying to reach you for days.
Episode 40. Nope.
9 plus 1 is 0. 5, 0.
All right, here we go. Microphone check 1.
Check 2.
Check 3.
Check 4.
We don't need to check no more.